Let me share this live back with him so that he can come back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, share it there so that everybody will be able to see it. And I'm also going to share it right here as well, too, so that everybody can see it. So forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. All right, Andre is back. Let me add him back. If it goes out again, I do not mind coming back in and starting a whole new live. Let me add him back. That is the questions.
All right.
And we're back. We're back. We had some glitches and things, but we're back. You were saying, about your being on set, as the lead, having the first lead role in 2016. The experience was like for you.
Yeah, like I said, it taught me a lot. It just taught me about set etiquette and how to go about doing things. And like I said, it's the first time after we finished, he rented out the theater. My first time seeing myself on the big screen on the theater. So I mean, that was it just lets you know the possibilities. It puts you in the perspective of like I can get used to this, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, okay. And you've also won some awards as well too. Fast forward, Best Actor Award and Company Acting Studio, and this is the first acting studio you ever attended. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when I kind of got into acting, I was looking at different studios around Atlanta, and one of the ones that stood out to me was the Company Acting Studio because at the time they offered multiple classes a week, so I was going to like 4 classes a week, and I was soaking it all up. And they focus as theater, but they taught you on camera technique, how to use your voice, how to be physical with your body, and the vote came from my peers. So just being around people for about 2 years off and on, and that. And we did a vote a contest, not a contest, but where you had to vote on different categories for different people. And then man, I was surprised when I won it because I didn't know they looked at me like that. But it was like I said, it was another one of those things, the confirmations for me.
Okay, okay. All right, so let's get into some of your projects. You've got a list of accolades here. The First Wives Club on BET, which is one of my favorites. Some Kind of Christmas, Fatal Attraction, and I was referring to him as Willie in the first one because it comes from ATL Homicide. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with that show. Urge, First Family, Church Hurt, Atlanta Justice. You've got a list of accolades. Now, my question for you is, out of all of the projects that you've worked on, which one was the most fun? Because First Wives Club has one of my favorite singers, Jill Scott. Y'all know I'm a neo soul girl. So what was it like being on set with these amazing women? And you also had Ron Rico Lee from Sister Sister. He was also in the film as well too. So you got an all-star black cast. What was it like? And out of all your projects that you've worked on, which one was your favorite?
Uh, First Wives Club was fun. I didn't get to see Jill in them because we were doing two different scenes at the same time. So we were at one part filming the scene with the guys, and they was at another part because it's an episode I think where they was going through his apartment, and they were so they filmed that on location somewhere. But we got to chop it up all day with like Ron Rico, and he was very cool. That's the third time I met him though, because I met him at a couple of workshops before too. But all right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, yeah, yeah. So he was just talking to us, giving us game and just telling us about a few things. But the one thing I realized about being there and talking to all these people that are at a level I'm trying to get to, that they're just like me. Like they go through the same struggles as far as trying to get the scene right, understanding lines, and just trying to work to perfect their craft. As far as my favorite production, it would have to be Urge. That one just came out. We filmed that back in April, and it was just the cast was cool, and I would say that's probably one of the first things I did. Well, I'll say second, because Some Kind of Christmas was similar. Was where everybody fit their part. Like the people that were cast were perfect for those roles, um, and we all meshed. We all got along. We all went in there and knocked it out. Everybody knew their lines, so it went kind of quick. And then the production, they were real nice. Like even though you can see they were stressed out and going through their things, but they still really took care of us. They made sure no matter how they were feeling or what they were going through, that they were going to make sure we were well taken care of at the end of the day. and treated like how they felt we should be treated as actors and respected. So that I would say Urge. That was probably one of my top ones, and then Some Kind of Christmas is second.
Okay, okay. Tamika Shannon said Urge was a great film. It was an amazing film. And I already said First Wives Club. So out of all his projects, those are my favorite. But when I seen him as Willie the Pimp, I was like, ooh, that was a whole different element. Like, I love the range that you have when you are just in your zone on camera. Like, you turn it on and you turn it off. Like, I'm gonna bring up Lupita because Lupita, when she was doing Us, like, she literally had to go and detox herself out of this character. Has that ever happened to you when you've got on film or on set and you've portrayed a certain character and you've just like, okay, it's back to Andre. I'm not the character anymore.
I'm going to say no. I mean, that is a goal. I do want to try to get to a point to where I can lose myself in the character. But I will say I also have some good teachers that have taught me how to come in and come out. Like, that's their biggest thing. And and you see people in class who go through it and try to come out. But some of the teachers I have, that was their biggest thing. Like, different techniques so you can tap in and tap right back out so you don't stay in those dark places. But like I said, for me, I mean, I just want to kind of try everything. So a goal of mine is like maybe see what it feels like to go there one day and then see if that's something I might like, or because you never know. So, but like I said, it is a goal. But so far, no, I've been able to just when the camera's on, be in it, and then when the camera's off, back to myself.
Shout outs to my co-host Marco the Prince. Make sure you guys go and check out our interview. It was a powerful interview that we did on his podcast yesterday, Hear Me Out. And he talks a lot about mental health and things that go on in the Black community. So please make sure you guys go and check him out. He'll be with me every Wednesday doing the topics. So make sure you guys go and follow him, add him in the comments. Speaking of mental health, it's the holidays. I know a lot of people have lost loved ones, going through the holiday blues and things like that. What keeps you sane and grounded? Because I know it's been difficult for a lot of actors and just content creators in general, with having to get work and things out here with this thing going on. Like, we never expected or predicted that this would happen. So how have you been handling it thus far? Because I know it's difficult being away from your family and things like that.
I'll say for me, life is how I'm able to handle it now. When we was talking about the mental health and all that, so I went through a lot of that when I was younger, and I have been to a therapist before. But the biggest thing is I'm real big on getting through things. So like, I mean, there's been times I remember I took a year to myself where like I would stay in the house a lot, spend a lot of time with myself, do things by myself, and just go through those feelings. Because as a human, you're gonna go through feelings of being alone, isolated, nobody looks out for you, things like that, to strengthen myself. So that's how I'm able to get through it now, because I write down things and I go back and reflect on, all right, what got me through this time? So that's kind of where I'm at now. And during all that, the goal was to live my life more positive. Every day, how can I find that happy place? Because I know some people will be like, life is what it is. But to me, I'm like, why can't life be what I want it to be every day? So going through that transformation and finding something positive every day, positive outlook no matter what, in acting and in everyday life. If something bad happened, I look at it like, how you react is how you're going to react. I always say, if you get a flat tire, regardless if you get mad, angry, kick something, beat somebody up, you still got a flat tire. So what are you going to do about the flat tire? So that's kind of how I look at everything now. I mean, but it is okay, to yell sometimes and get angry and go through that emotion, but just understand and get through it and keep it moving. But don't let it pause you or hold you up in life, because at the end of the day, one of my favorite movies is House Party 2. And when kid didn't have his tuition money, the dean used to tell him, time waits for no man. And that's kind of how I look at it. Yeah, time waits for nobody, no matter what you're going through.
Exactly. And that's a great example. It's all about finding things to keep your mind occupied. And for me, my mom told me this. She said, this is a way that God has brought us together. And I've definitely gotten a lot closer to some of my family members. My family I have family in New York. I'm from South Carolina, born and raised down here, and I have family in New York. So it's brought me and my family closer together. Like, we all making sure that we're checking on everybody. Are you okay? You need this? And shout outs to my girlfriend Felicia. I know she's watching. We've been texting and things like this. Maurice K. Perry says, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. Absolutely. 100% correct, though. And we need to, because it's been stressful for all of us. You know, just make the best of it. And thank God for the likes of technology. If it wasn't for technology, we wouldn't be able to keep in touch with each other. We would be back during the Stone Age using beepers, pagers, and writing letters and all of these things. And now we've got Instagram and Messenger and Zoom. I've seen people do Zoom family meetings and dinners and things. So, yeah, be creative. This pandemic has definitely brought out the creativity in a lot of us. And I can't believe it took this to do it.
Yeah, and shout out to Maurice because he's the lead on in Urge. So.
Okay. Well, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the dollhouse, Maurice. All right. So, before we get some questions from the audience, we are going to do 2 games here with Andre. And the first one is called Rapid 5, Holiday Edition. So he has to tell me 5 things he can't live without during the Christmas holidays. And the next one, you find out if Miss Stevie's been naughty or nice. So it's going to be called Turn the Tables. And this is where my guests get to ask me questions uncensored and unfiltered. My heart beats fast every time this segment comes along. So I don't know what Andre is going to ask me, but let's start with the Rapid 5 first.
All right. So you said, what are 5 things? It froze again. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. 5 things you can't live without for the holidays.
Oh, 5 things I can't live without for the holiday. I say 1, my dog Max. 2, I say friends and family. Well, actually, no. 1, my kids. 2, my dog Max. 3, my friends and family. 4, food, and 5, television.
All right, that's 5. I love binge watching holiday movies. I've been watching Home Alone, the entire series throughout this whole thing. So it's in the holiday spirit. Yes.
Yeah,
all right.
Christmas movie.
Which one? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, Die Hard. Everybody tries to say Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Got to remember, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah, there's been a whole debate about that on Twitter, you guys. So it is. All right. All right, you guys. Oh, my God, my heart is beating so fast, y'all. It is time to turn those tables, ladies and gentlemen. Have Miss Stevie been naughty or nice? It is time for Andre to get all up in Miss Stevie's business. So he gets to ask me questions, and I have to answer them. So I don't know what he's going to ask me, but this is where my guests get to know a lot about me and the audience as well, too. So, Andre?
All right, so my questions are pretty simple. I like to ask questions about life. So 1, why do you do what you do as far as your passion?
I love to educate people. I love to talk to people. I love staying informed. And one thing about me is I've been that way since I was 8 years old. I always had my head in a book. I was a bit of a bookworm. Throughout the whole school year, I always had my nose in the books, you know, A+, B+ student, you know, yeah, nerd or 2. But I love educating people. And I love making sure that people know what's going on in the world, because we don't hardly have any platforms, you know, with Black women as the lead speaking up on television shows. The only ones that I can think of that have women of color on them are The Real and the Wendy Williams show. As controversial as Wendy is, but I said I want to do something different. Let's bring fashion into it. Let's bring glamour into it. Let's bring also, you know, some pop culture topics and make it in a way where it's informative, because people are not just going to get it if it's okay, like 4 times 4 is 16. You got to make it interesting and spicy and enchanting, and I do that on this platform.
All right. Oh, what's your favorite movie? And
The
why?
Devil Wears Prada. The Devil Wears Prada. For those of you who know, I'm a fashion girl, and I'm always changing up my looks. So whenever I see someone throw their purse, I think about I think about Meryl Streep and The Devil Wears Prada.
All right. What's your favorite food dish?
I love pizza. I love pizza. Pepperoni pizza. That is my weakness.
All right. All right. What keeps you going every day? What wakes you up and motivates you to keep pushing?
My mom. My mom has always been a force, a beacon of light in my life, and she's always wanting me to take a break when things get stressful. But me, I just, I see her and her determination and her strength, and I am my mama's child. I'm a Scorpio. We're Scorpio women, so I get that passion and perseverance from her.
All right. So my final question is, what what makes you live your life unapologetically, if you do, no matter how people, um, I guess, may perceive you or anything? What makes you be like, you know what, I'm gonna put me first, regardless of what everybody else thinks, so I can accomplish what I need to accomplish?
God, God, and I wasn't always this bold or brave or outspoken. I, was bullied a lot throughout my high school years. It was horrible. And that, I guess, must have molded me into the woman that you guys see today, the outspoken, fearless person. I'm not always fearless. There's some things I'm just like, And there's nothing wrong with self reflection. I'm all about that. So I would have to say God is the reason for, the person, because I'm a firm believer in manifestation. I always do my morning devotion when I get up. And just getting encouragement from my family, that's what keeps me happy, and more importantly keeps me going, and just in general on the right path.
All right. Yeah, so like I said, my questions are pretty simple. I like to ask questions that like generally about life that people can relate to. I feel like that people look at results, but you gotta look at the in between. What got people to the results? That's what you can relate to, and that's what can keep you going through whatever your journey might be.
All right. All right, fashion dolls, that is the turn the table segment. And Miss Stevie has been nice. There haven't been any naughty questions. Thank God my other co-host Johnny isn't here. I'm pretty sure he will be plucking and digging, trying to find out deeper. But those are some good questions. So, all right, speaking of questions, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any questions for Mr. Andre Lamar? I have one before we take questions from the audience before they start typing. What We're now going into 2022, closing out in December 2021, going into a whole new year, a whole new vision, a whole new mindset. What is something that you would like to put out there that you would like to manifest for 2022?
Oh, well, I used to keep some things to myself. I say, what can I share that I want to manifest? I say a series regular. Series regular. That's one of my goals. One of my goals. Um, so yeah, series regular on the TV show.
Proclaim it, put it out there. I had an actor on my show. Shout outs to Donnell E. Smith. He said, Miss Stevie, I'm working on some things, with Netflix, and he mentioned Wu-Tang. And I'm just like, oh snap. So I go and I look at the trailer. He's in the trailer. So you never know. Manifestation is powerful, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yes, it is.
So do we have any questions for Mr. Andre or myself, ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude this interview? Next up, we're going to have some girl talk. We're going to talk about black women's issues and more. Joining me next at 4 p.m., we have the beautiful Jewel the Gem, and we're going to be talking about some things. We're going to be talking about colorism and so much more. So make sure you guys tune in at 4 p.m. for that conversation. It's one you do not want to miss. You have a question right there from I Am the Billionaire Effrey, and he wants to know your favorite book.
Yeah, that's Victor. So yeah, I actually went to school. I went to college with him. My favorite book. Hold on, let me look at my bookcase real quick. I would say, hold on, let me see if I can. Try to see if I can find it real quick. Well, no, I can't see it. But my favorite book is this book called Effortless Mastery. I read it about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it's honestly really a book of working smarter, not harder. It's like Oprah talked about it before. One is something so bad that you spend too much time thinking about it and you really don't get it, from a manifestation point of view. But Effortless Mastery kind of teaches you how to go after what you want, work for it, and kind of let it go, but know what's coming. So that's one of my favorite books. And I was trying to find it to see who was the author.
Oh, so you're a bookworm too. My room is covered with books from everybody from one of my favorite authors and poets is Nikki Giovanni, and I also love Toni Morrison as well too. So I have two of her books, and I have some from Maya Angelou. I'm a big Maya Angelou fan. You got a question from Maurice. He wants to know what's the next project coming out.
I got a few projects coming out. One, I can't say the name of the movie, but it's a movie that's coming to theaters next year. I filmed that over the summer, and that's gonna be pretty good. One good thing about the movie, the lead actor is a known actor, and like he was made up all different. And we like talked for a few days while I was there. And it's funny just how down to earth he was. And then the last day, I finally looked him up on IMDb, and I was like, wow. Like, I'm glad I know all that stuff beforehand, but it just lets you know how some of these actors are. Like, they're really real people. We had down to earth conversations. But that movie's coming out sometime next year. That's going to be great. Like I said, I can't say the name of the movie just yet, just because we're not allowed to talk about it that much. As far as TV shows, I got 2 TV shows coming out next year. Once again, can't say the name of them, but they not sure when the episodes are going to drop. And right now, I'm working on a stage play that's called She Got It. That goes up in February. You can find information to that on my Instagram. But that goes up in February, and we're going to do that for 5 days starting out. And then, depending on how that goes, we might add a couple more dates or even travel with it, depending.
Shout outs to Kenny Stallings, KRSTV. Make sure you guys please go and follow him and subscribe. And we've got, wait a minute.
We back.
Yeah, we're back. Ash's Lyric wants to know what inspires us. I'll say it again, my mom. My mom inspires me to keep going. Definitely. My mom and my family and the fashion dolls. I call my supporters my fashion dolls. You know, Beyonce has the Beehive. I got the fashion dolls in the dollhouse over here. We just chilling. So, my mom, definitely.
Yeah, I'll say what inspires me is, it's funny. What inspires me is to inspire other people, to inspire my kids, to inspire. I wanna be an example of possibility. Like I don't like when people use statistics or things like that, or it's like I want to show people what could be if you just put your mind to it, and no matter how long it might take or how hard it is, like show people like this is possible. So that's what inspires me to keep pushing it and be examples for people and like I said, show them what could be.
Absolutely. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to get one more before everybody types, and that is, what are your holiday plans? Because I know before you know it, Christmas will be here, I think, sometime next week, and Christmas is on a Saturday this year. So any holiday plans? Have you gotten everything covered? Wrapping, gifts, shopping, all of that?
Yeah, I get everything covered. As far as holiday plans, since I'm in Atlanta, majority of my family back up north. Same with a lot of other actors here or people that live here that don't have family. Couple of friends, we get together and just celebrate together. So that's really my holiday plans. Like we just get together and exchange gifts and watch TV and talk.
All right. Sounds good. That sounds like a plan. Fashion dolls, do y'all have anything planned for the Christmas holidays? Has everyone gotten all their shopping in? Because Christmas, I think, is Saturday next week. But I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek on what's to come Monday and Tuesday for next week. Tuesday, we have an acting pioneer. We have Jeffrey Owens, who plays the lovable Elvin on The Cosby Show, coming to the show Tuesday. We had Jordan Owens on the show yesterday, his son. So make sure you guys go and check out the interview. It's up right now. Monday, for my ladies, we got something very, very special. For all of you who love BET's All the King's Men with the beautiful Eva Marcel, we have Keith Swift in the building, Babyface, and we also have Julito McCullum from The Wire. You guys remember that show with Idris Elba, so make sure you guys tune in Monday as well, too. We've got so much wrapped up going into the new year for season 16, so stay tuned. Mari says more auditions for me. And Nzinga says Nzinga Namani says yes. Yes, you guys have to make sure that you're following. We have some amazing, lovable guests that are coming on the show. And we're all about giving black content creators, all about giving black actors, black artists in general a platform where they can come here and promote their projects. We're all about that, supporting black entertainment. So definitely here. Marco, I love The Wire. Rest in peace. Yes. Oof.
Omar.
Michael K. Williams, that sent me. That sent me. Just hearing his passing sent me. I can't remember where I was or what I was doing when I got the news, but I went and I checked Instagram, and that's how I found out that he passed. And I'm just like, wait, why is everybody posting RIP? And then I just went, and then the news report broke and came out. So yeah, it sent me definitely for a loop. I was not expecting that. So
Yeah, he's a great actor, and he's one of the type of actors that I kind of mold myself after. I'm not worried about being A-list or everybody knows me. I just want to be a working actor and be known for good work, and that's what. It's sad that sometimes people realize how great they were after they passed, but like I said, he was a definitely great actor, and I loved his role in Lovecraft Country. So.
yes, absolutely. And speaking of great actors, my last one for you is, because I don't see the audience, they're asking any, is if you could collaborate with any actors, who would you like to work with? Who would be your dream team?
Um, I could say five. Viola Davis, Meryl Streep, Denzel
Hmm.
Washington. Um, um, let's see. You still hear me? All right, yeah, I'm back.
Yes, I can hear you.
The Denzel Washington. Hey, his name just slipped me. I'm trying to think of his name. Well, we say Wood Harris, and man, I cannot think of his name right now. I'm gonna say Marlon Wayans. That's probably a wild card, just because I always been a fan of Marlon. Just hearing his story, how he came up, even when he was trying to go for the Richard Pryor story, to see both sides, because people don't understand is when he first started, even though he came from a comedy family, when he was in college, he was going for from the aspect of theater and drama. So to me, it's just his commitment. So he would be my fifth.
Um, Mari said I just worked with Viola. He must have read my mind, because Viola Davis, me being a dark-skinned black woman, seeing a woman that looks like me on television, Viola, and then when she pulled that wig off on How to Get Away, that was my moment right there. That was my moment. That solidified it right there. And your I am the billionaire. Effrey says Andre looks like Omari Hodge. He does. I meant to say that. I do. There is somewhat of a resemblance.
Yeah, I got that before.
Any last questions or comments? Fashion Dolls, y'all are so good. Y'all in the audience are keeping it lit and active. This has been an amazing interview. I could do it all day, back to back to back to back to back. But we've got so many more amazing things in store for before the Christmas holidays. So you guys just have to stay tuned. So
Well, thank
I'm
you.
going through, making sure I didn't miss any comments. You were saying, I'm sorry, Andre.
Oh no, well, I was saying thanks for having me. Then I was reading the comments.
I know, right, Kenny? Yes, when she pulled the wig off, yes. And Shock Olette wants to know, are you single?
Oh yes, I am currently single right now. I am married to my passion at the moment.
All right. All right. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude up this amazing interview? It was so great. Your energy is just, I'm all about energy and great vibes, and it just does something to my soul. So this is a great interview.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Like I said, once again, I appreciate you for having me out here.
You are so welcome, and I would love to speak with you again in the future.
Oh yeah, because next year is gonna be a big year. Like I said, there's always some things planned and in motion. So
All right, fashion dolls, make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure you guys are following. Let everyone know where they can follow you at.
All right, so you can follow me on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Andre ANDRE underscore Lamar LAMAR. I'm actually not on TikTok or any of those. Maybe one day, but Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the beautiful Jewel the Gem. We're going to be talking about some things, protecting the black woman. We're going to be talking about colorism and misogyny and so much more. And an all new episode of Girl Let's Talk when Black Women Speak. So make sure you guys tune in at 4 p.m. Coming up next, go refresh your drinks, go get some snacks, do some holiday shopping before we come back, and we will see you then. Until then, thank you so much, Andre, for just giving us a few minutes of your time.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. Take care, everyone. We will see you at 4.